hiring and firing, oh my, it's always a thorn in our
Yeah.
sides. What words of wisdom are you going to bring to us at it's the OP summit that you're going to be talking about that? Is that correct?
Yeah, I'll be talking about the OP Summit. I'll tell you, I truly believe that a majority of the issues that you find in your office are due to an improper hiring process,
Mm,
or I'll even say a lazy hiring process. It
mhm,
is it is crazy to me, and I get it. I know everybody's stressing to have team members. There's not as many applications anymore. The world has changed for sure,
mhm,
and one of the greatest challenges you can have is when you just hire too quickly. There's that phrase which is hire three times slower, fire twice as fast. I totally agree
mhm,
with that. I'm a big fan, and I just actually implemented this, and I have a ophthalmology oral surgery client out of Denver, and we just implemented a 6 interview process
mm.
when it comes to hiring new people. You know, they're doing surgery, they have very skilled techs that they need. And, you know, when you think about this at a higher level, if it's an associate, if it's a somebody actually a CEO for a company, they're going through way more. My best friend just went through a year of interviews, you know, over the year period of time to get hired at this job. I have another buddy who works for the Ramsey Corporation, Dave Ramsey, and
Mm.
he went through 12 different interviews before he got hired from 12 different departments. And I know a lot of people are like, that's crazy. That's so many. And I'm not saying do hour-long interviews with each interview every time, but
Mhm,
you know, you can do minimum three Zoom calls where you can
mhm.
get to know the person pretty well. Every single person listening to this has had somebody come in for a working interview after seeing an okay resume, having an okay phone call, and then asking them to come in.
Yeah,
And within like 5 minutes, you're like, this person is not a fit. But you end up
yeah,
doing a whole hour interview with them and let them stay there the whole day. And you're like, I don't like this person. You can get that earlier.
yeah.
So taking the time, asking good questions. I'll give you an example of a great question that I think people should ask more of. And it's almost like a true serum question. The question is, if I were to call your previous employer,
Mhm.
what would they tell me that you need to work on?
Very interesting.
Watch that person go, oh man, they're gonna call them. I better. It's like all of a sudden, well, they'll probably tell you that I was late a lot, and they'll probably tell you, and they'll start having that, they'll take away the facade of, no, I'm wonderful, I'm perfect. Please don't call anybody, right? Because we know there are certain things you can and cannot ask of an employer.
Mhm,
But when you are in front of that potential employee and being able to say, when I call your employer, what would they say you need to work on? All of a sudden it opens it up. So
mhm,
there's better questions, better process, and 100%. If you say the things like, we just need a warm body, or, oh, they're available, yeah, just hire them. We need somebody in here. Everybody's stressed. You're asking for trouble. You cannot complain. Matter of fact, one of the things I do, and I'll end with this, is when people tell me about a person that has been with them for like a year and they're such a pain and they're so challenged, and no, no, no. I'll ask them, I'll say, so how many interviews did you have with them before you've hired them? And the national average is three.
wow.
Think about
Yeah.
that. I would never marry somebody after 3 dates. I know there are
Yeah.
people who do it weird, but you are marrying this person, at least in
Yeah.
a committed relationship after three
Yeah.
dates.